History is often decided in the quiet moments. While the rest of the galaxy played their games of conquest and diplomacy, humanity went silent. Following the discovery of the Titan Spire and the terrifying revelations about the Pale Kings, the United Terran Coalition made a choice. We stopped exploring. We stopped colonizing. We turned our entire civilization into a fortress. For 2 years, the shipyards of Mars and the orbital foundries of Earth burned day and night. We took the stolen technology of the architects, the gravity drives, the null-point reactors, the alloy formulas, and we applied them to the only thing humanity has ever truly mastered: war. But the rest of the galaxy? They had no idea. They looked at our silence and thought we were weak. They thought we were retreating. In the Valerian Sector, a region critical to galactic trade, 2 ancient powers looked at the quiet humans and decided it was safe to tear each other apart. They were like children playing with matches in a library, unaware that the librarian was watching. And the librarian was armed. The conflict began between the Krevak Horde and the Aelari High Command. The Krevak are a swarm species, biomechanical scavengers who travel in fleets of 10,000 jagged, rusted ships. They are locusts. They strip worlds bare and move on. The Aelari are the opposite: tall, elegant, ancient. They fight with golden solar lances and view themselves as the nobility of the stars. For 6 months, they waged a total war that threatened to destabilize the entire sector. Planets were glassed. Trade routes were severed. Millions of civilians, neutral species caught in the crossfire, were incinerated. The Krevak brought numbers. The Aelari brought precision. It was a stalemate of mutual annihilation. On the planet of Oriton IV, the Aelari fleet had trapped the Krevak swarm. The skies burned. The Aelari were preparing to fire a sun-killer weapon, a device that would destroy the entire solar system just to wipe out the Krevak vermin. They didn't care about the collateral damage. They didn't care about the stability of the region. In their arrogance, the Aelari Admiral, High Exarch Vokan, broadcasted a message of victory. He thought he was the most powerful being in the universe. He was about to learn a lesson in humility. It started with a gravitational anomaly. Sensors on both the Krevak and Aelari ships began to scream. The fabric of space-time wasn't just bending, it was being crushed. They expected reinforcements. They expected a fleet. But nothing prepared them for what emerged from the tear in reality. It was the Terra-1st Armada. But these were not the utilitarian gray cruisers of the past. These were the children of the Titan Spire. 100 Titan-class dreadnoughts. Imagine a mountain forged of black steel, kilometers long, blocking out the light of the stars. These ships did not have windows. They did not have exposed bridges. They were solid monoliths of war, designed for one purpose: to kill gods. Leading them was the flagship, the UNSC Atlas, a vessel so massive it had its own gravitational pull. As the Terran fleet moved into formation, a shadow fell over the combatants. The Krevak swarm, which numbered in the thousands, suddenly looked like a cloud of confused insects facing a hurricane. The elegant Aelari solar ships looked like fragile toys made of glass. The Krevak Horde does not understand fear. They only understand aggression. Seeing a new challenger, the swarm turned its attention away from the Aelari and focused entirely on the UNSC Atlas. 5,000 Krevak warships fired simultaneously. Plasma torpedoes, kinetic slugs, acid missiles, a storm of fire capable of cracking a planetary crust streaked towards the human flagship. The Aelari watched, expecting the human ship to burn. But the humans did not take evasive maneuvers. They did not fire countermeasures. They simply ignored it. The Terran fleet activated the Aegis grid. This was not a standard energy shield. This was localized gravity manipulation. The Krevak projectiles didn't bounce off. They were crushed into subatomic dust centimeters from the hull. The plasma was absorbed, fed directly into the Atlas's capacitors. The Krevak fired until their weapons ran dry. The Atlas emerged from the smoke, pristine. Not a scratch. The black paint didn't even blister. It was a statement. You cannot hurt us. Then the humans responded. There were no nuclear missiles. There were no railgun slugs. The Terran High Command deemed the Krevak unworthy of ammunition. Instead, the Atlas deployed an electronic suppression pulse. Using the architect's understanding of frequency and code, the Terran fleet broadcasted a kill signal across the spectrum. In a single heartbeat, the war ended. Every Krevak ship died. Their reactors shut down. Their life support went to emergency power. Their weapons locked. Then, the Aelari ships followed. The golden lights of their solar sails flickered and went out. 10,000 warships, the pride of two empires, were turned into drifting coffins in seconds. Silence fell over the Oriton system. The only thing moving was the Terran fleet, gliding through the wreckage like sharks through calm water. A single transmission broke the silence. It forcibly overrode every speaker, every screen, and every headset in the system. It was Admiral Vance of the Terran Coalition. This is the United Terran Coalition. You are destabilizing this sector. You are disrupting the logistics of this galaxy. And, quite frankly, you are being too loud. The Aelari High Exarch, sitting in the dark on his powered-down bridge, tried to respond with dignity. He asked, "By what right do you intervene?" "We are the Aelari. We are the chosen of the stars." Admiral Vance responded coldly. "Look at your screens, Exarch. Look at your chosen fleet. We have targeting solutions locked on the reactor cores of every single vessel in your armadas. We could turn this entire system into a graveyard in 3 seconds. We choose not to, not because of mercy, but because we need the traffic lanes open." The humans didn't ask for a peace treaty. They didn't ask for negotiations. They gave orders. The Krevak will retreat to the outer rim. The Aelari will return to their borders. Any ship that fires a weapon in this sector without Terran authorization will be erased. This is not a request. This is the new reality. The Krevak fled. The Aelari retreated, their pride shattered. The intervention lasted 40 minutes. The galaxy viewed this as an act of supreme arrogance. They called us tyrants. They called us the new imperialists. They whispered that humanity had gone mad with power. They were wrong. We didn't stop the war because we wanted to rule them. We stopped it because we are afraid. As the UNSC Atlas prepared to jump back to Earth, Admiral Vance wasn't looking at the fleeing aliens. He was looking at a classified long-range sensor display. On the screen, deep in the dark void between galaxies, a signal was blinking. A shape made of negative space. The Pale Crown. "Let them think we are monsters," Vance said. "Let them hate us, as long as they are quiet. We need to clear the board, because the real players are arriving." The Terran fleet vanished into the void, leaving a stunned galaxy behind. We showed them our strength not to conquer them, but to prepare them. We are building monsters, yes, but we are building them because we know Only monsters can kill gods.